"58-year-old Deion Sanders and 38-year-old Karrueche Tran still have the internet scratching its collective scalp. Deion is a grandfather with 5 children and 2 ex-wives. He's also...
You know what's crazy about that? I really thought Deion was a little older than that because all the issues he's been having. But, you know, the crazy thing, he's going to keep him a nice one. They always nice. He keep him a nice looking one. And Karrueche being 38, him 58, you already know what time it is. But it is what it is. He gonna keep him a beautiful woman next to him. I ain't mad at him. But man, this is crazy, man. Let's get to it.
been through some very serious health battles over the past few years.
He also got worms. Okay, don't forget that. Wait a minute, who said that? Who said that? Who said that? I'm messy as hell, ain't I? I know it.
Meanwhile, Karrueche is child-free, has never been married, and is still young enough to be figuring out whether she wants kids at all. So naturally, people have questions. What exactly do these two have in common? Is Karrueche looking for peace after surviving her ex, Chris Brown? Or is Deion exactly the kind of emotionally mature, protective man she's always needed? We're about to put this relationship on the therapist's couch. But before we dive into it, don't forget to scoop up something to munch on at rrgsnacks.com, our online concession stand that has an assortment of Applewood smoked bacon jerky, freeze-dried goodies, and butter toffee peanuts. Deion and Karrueche reportedly met in November 2024 when she appeared on the Tubi talk show he co-hosts with Roxy Diaz. Fast forward to July 2025, Deion revealed he had been diagnosed with bladder cancer.
This wasn't easy. Everybody, get checked out. Because if it wasn't for me getting tested for something else, they wouldn't have stumbled up on this.
As he prepared for surgery, the camera panned to Karrueche slanging snot.
We are at the hospital because we are dealing with bladder cancer.
Thankfully, the surgery was successful. But as Deion continued battling his health, Karrueche never seemed far behind. His son Deion Jr. shared a vlog in October 2025, and Karrueche was once again standing beside Deion as he prepared for yet another surgery, this time to remove blood clots. Illness has a way of speeding relationships up. It creates emotional intimacy much faster than normal dating ever could because you're forced into caretaker and patient roles before you've even finished learning each other's love language. Most people her age aren't looking for somebody with multiple surgeries on the calendar. Yet there she was, looking like a completely committed wife of 25 years, while Deion was fighting some of the biggest battles of his life. Of course, whenever people hear young woman, older, wealthy legend, they tend to see the relationship as transactional.
Well, yeah, duh.
Plenty of successful older men intentionally seek partners who bring peace, comfort, and stability. The bigger question was what Karrueche was getting out of the arrangement.
Bingo.
Now, none of this means the relationship isn't genuine. However, not everybody is buying the love story. In fact, there was one person watching this whole situation unfold who had every reason to wonder exactly what was going on between Deion and Karrueche. According to Claudia Jordan on the Accidentally Informed podcast, one person had been hearing the rumors for quite some time. Claudia's good friend and Deion's ex-fiance, Tracy Edmonds.
And I do remember Tracy hearing rumors about Karrueche possibly dating Deion. So she saw her at an event and she asked her if she was dating Deion and she said no. She laughed it off and said no. And I do recall that Tracy and Karrueche were cool. Like they, Tracy has put Karrueche in some projects. They're friends, I thought.
And now we know.
What does that really mean? That girl saw an opportunity and she went for it. I don't care what nobody say. This girl looking at opportunity. Opportunity. Deion got that bag. Say, man, I ain't saying she don't like him. Seem like you're a cool dude. But at the same time, when a person going through all that and you sticking around, you usually been with that person for a long time. Or you there for the come up.
Oh, it was all a lie.
Oh, lying heifer.
The romance between Deion and Karrueche didn't begin until more than a year after he and Tracy broke up. Technically, nobody was accusing Karrueche of being a homewrecker. However, there's something called relational loyalty, and it goes beyond romantic commitment. It's the unwritten expectation that certain people are simply off limits because of the bond you share with someone else. Whether that's fair or not depends on who you ask.
It's girl code. That's what you're trying to say. It's girl code. It's simple as that.
Then there's another psychological layer that doesn't get talked about enough: reciprocity. When somebody helps you, opens doors for you, gives you opportunities, or pours into your career, it doesn't mean you owe them your life forever, but it does create an emotional contract.
I see where you're going, bestie. Come on, tie this up. Tie it up in a nice little bow. Come on.
Whether Karrueche actually betrayed Tracy is something only the people involved truly know. But from the outside looking in, plenty of folks felt like this entire situation was a hot, stankin' mess. After months of speculation, Deion and Karrueche made things Instagram official in December 2025, when Deion posted a photo of them together. Karrueche spent Christmas at Deion's mansion, surrounded by his children, and Deion reportedly met Karrueche's family, who reside in Texas. The holiday gathering also gave people a glimpse of what life looked like as Karrueche stepped into Deion's family dynamic.
She goofy as hell.
In February 2026, Deion posted an Instagram video where they opened up about his recent health battles and how those experiences had changed the way they viewed life. Deion said God had allowed those trials to remind him that it was finally time to slow down and actually enjoy life instead of constantly chasing the next accomplishment. Karrueche, on the other hand, said she believed their relationship was part of God's plan and that she had been placed in Deion's life for a reason. According to her, she was there to help him live, experience new things, and enjoy life differently than he had before. She saw the relationship as something divinely orchestrated, almost like two people crossing paths exactly when they needed one another most.
Delusional. Okay. Who said that?
Deion's perspective wasn't exactly the same. During the conversation, he revealed he gave Karrueche an opportunity to leave after everything started happening with his health.
Run, heifer, run.
He admitted that this wasn't what she had signed up for and acknowledged how difficult it must have been to suddenly find herself dating someone dealing with surgeries and an uncertain future.
That man knew something wasn't right with him. They either looking for a nurse or a purse at that age. He didn't need no purse, but he needed a nurse. See, they don't want to be going through stuff by themselves. And I believe most men know that. Even though they say that to women, I know you didn't sign up for this and you can go ahead and leave. I'll understand. They know most women ain't built like that. We're empathetic, and we're nurturers by nature, and we ain't finna go nowhere. We're not finna go nowhere.
Well, that ain't it. It's all too that you may see something at the end of the tunnel. You may stick around because it may be something in it for you. So it's not always about, oh, I'm a nurturing and stuff like that. That's crazy. There's so many people that would have left, that would have moved on if they felt like they wasn't going to benefit from being there. You can't make me believe the only reason she stayed because she's nurturing. Nah, I don't believe that. Nah.
But what did they have in common? What was the spark? What she said to herself, I think I like this nigga with 8 toes. Is that what she said?
But Karrueche wasn't interested in taking the exit ramp. She made it clear she intended to stay by his side through it all. So yeah, it's giving trauma bond. When you're helping someone through hospital stays, surgeries, fear, and uncertainty, your relationship often skips over the shallow stages of dating and jumps straight into emotional intimacy. At the same time, it's fair to ask whether this relationship fulfills very different emotional needs for both of them. For Deion, the benefits seem fairly obvious because he now has a nurse. Karrueche's side is a little more layered. She's publicly acknowledged in the past that she's no longer interested in dating for fun. At this stage of her life, stability may genuinely be more attractive than butterflies. And if you're wondering whether Karrueche has benefited from Deion's world, the answer appears to be yes.
She better be, because otherwise, I don't see the point in this tomfoolery at all. Not at all.
In April 2026, Deion posted a video on Instagram calling Karrueche out for taking advantage of his Nike partnership.
How do you feel when somebody abuses the privilege of Nike, baby?
Oh, I'm like,
Yeah.
you do be having that cute Nike stuff. I don't know where it came from. I don't
It
be
came
seeing
from
it
him.
online.
And he likes when I wear my cute outfits, so I gotta keep up.
How do you abuse it?
I just order a couple things here and there.
I'm like, baby, come on now. You going too far. Like,
And I need clothes in Colorado for when I come,
you got a whole wing.
so I don't have to pack.
We ain't got no room no more.
And the problem with that is what?
But what made this situation different was that Deion chose to put the whole thing on Instagram for the world to dissect. Public call-outs are interesting because they're rarely just jokes. Even when they're playful, they usually communicate something beneath the surface. Sometimes it's resentment. Sometimes it's setting boundaries. Sometimes it's a subtle way of correcting behavior without having to sit through an uncomfortable conversation behind closed doors.
Yep, he said out loud to the public what he wasn't brave enough to say to her behind closed doors. That's all that was. Yeah, because he know at any minute she can take her young, pretty, child-free, successful ass on somewhere. And he didn't want to rock the boat. Yeah, so he set it up as a little playful call-out. We see you, Deion, and I hope she see you too.
Whether he intended it or not, the optics weren't exactly doing Karrueche any favors. In May 2026, they traveled to St. Croix, where Deion documented their search for a vacation property.
We're looking for a family crib on the island. And I think we got to see a couple that we've highlighted today. So that's going to be fun.
Yep, we've seen this movie before. During his relationship with Tracy, he often presented Country Prime, his massive ranch in Canton, Texas, as if it were the place they were building together for their future. But when the relationship ended, the reality became pretty obvious. Country Prime wasn't theirs, it was his.
Gotcha, nigga.
It almost sounds like Deion naturally views life through the lens of mine first and ours second. There's absolutely nothing wrong with protecting your assets or making sure you're financially secure. But women seem to fit into Deion's life rather than Deion building a new life with them. Psychologically, this can happen when someone has spent decades becoming the center of their own universe. When you've spent that much time building an empire around yourself, it can become difficult to truly think as a unit. The relationship starts looking less like two people creating something together and more like one person inviting someone into a world that's already been fully built. In May 2026, Deion Jr. filmed Deion and Karrueche spending the day together at a flea market in Canton.
It's a big, like, not a flea market.
It is.
Yeah, it's a flea market.
It's the world's largest battlefield.
It's crazy.
It's called Dog Alley. This area is called Dog Alley.
Dog Alley.
I don't know why they named it that.
At first, everything looked cute and wholesome. But while walking around, Deion joked that Karrueche had been acting like a donkey.
No, the hell he didn't.
Wow.
Who? I act a donkey.
Sometimes I feel like, Yep.
You slept on the wrong side of the bed last night because you've been wilding all day.
He getting tired of it. He getting tired of it. Do you hear me? When you start making them type of comments and stuff like that, he really want to say something, but he don't really want to lose the little thing he got. He like playing with that. He like doing what he do with it, but man, he really saying what he feeling. Like, yeah, you getting on my nerves. You are getting on my nerves. Yeah. Because Deion is real good with replacing people. Since Pilar, that was the only person he actually married. He ain't married nobody else. He had these long relationships. He had these relationships like he was going to do something like that, but never did. That's crazy. Man.
Now, to be fair, the man had been through a lot physically. Serious health issues can affect mood, energy levels, emotional regulation, and even a person's patience from one day to the next. However, that doesn't give him the right to be disrespectful. So is the honeymoon phase already starting to wear off? We're unsure, but every couple eventually reaches the point where the butterflies get replaced by real life. During an appearance on the Morning Run podcast in May 2026, Deion said reversing his vasectomy was out of the question because children are expensive. The procedure is expensive, he doesn't have the time, and he wasn't trying to be a granddaddy pushing around a newborn. That speculation only grew in July 2026 when Karrueche revealed that Deion had asked his doctors whether he could still have children after his bladder cancer diagnosis.
Go and sit down now somewhere. Deion, get into somewhere and sit on down now. Get somewhere and sit down, Deion. You long in the tooth now, and you got worms. Okay, go and sit your ass down somewhere. Talking about making a baby. No. And we waiting for Karrueche to wake the hell up and get the hell on out of there now. You got mad about some little Nike money, honey, and she got her own. You should have been dipping into that Nike allotment to buy her something. The hell is wrong with you?
As far back as 2024, Karrueche already made it clear that having a baby was something she wanted. Deion, on the other hand, is pushing retirement age. They're standing in two completely different seasons of life, and eventually somebody is going to have to compromise. Psychologically, this creates what experts call a life stage mismatch. Karrueche is entering the chapter where she's thinking about pregnancy, first birthdays, and building a family from the ground up. Deion has already lived that chapter several times over. That doesn't mean Deion wouldn't love another child. It simply means the experience wouldn't carry the same emotional weight. One partner would be discovering motherhood while the other would be revisiting fatherhood. Those are two very different emotional experiences, even if they're happening under the same roof. At the end of the day, Deion and Karrueche do seem happy together. But if there's one thing Karrueche should pay attention to, it's history. Before her, Deion wasted Tracy's time for over a decade. That's a long time to invest in somebody only to walk away with the future you thought you were building. Now here comes Karrueche, another accomplished woman stepping into a relationship with a man who's already shown that forever isn't always in his playbook.
Or never in his playbook.
People tend to repeat relationship patterns until they intentionally break them. At his ripe old age, changing patterns becomes much harder.
I know that's right. What they say, can't teach an old dog new tricks. Okay.
And if Karrueche truly wants marriage and motherhood, time isn't standing still. Every year invested is a year she can't get back. If Deion ultimately decides he doesn't want another child or another marriage, she could find herself in the same position Tracy once was, looking back at the years she poured into a relationship that never fully became what she hoped it would. So, Karrueche, if you're watching this, enjoy the relationship. Love hard if that's what your heart wants, but don't lose sight of your own timeline while helping somebody else finish theirs.
Girl, you didn't say finish. Like it's a race. Like he on the last leg of a race. Girl, you is messy. Girl.
Is this relationship doomed, or are we tripping? Let us know your thoughts down below. And thanks for watching your favorite YouTube channel.
That's crazy, man. But I will say, she put herself in that situation. Hopefully it goes the way she wants it to. But with Deion's history, we doubt it. But, you know, that's their thing. That's their situation. She chose to be in that. And we're just going to see what's going to happen. Hey, if you like this content, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and come back and holler at your boy some more, because we're going to keep putting out this content. Peace.